Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here for a final look at the Week 7 main slate here on Draftkings. A couple things before I get into the video. One, we're closing in on 1.5 thousand subscribers now. All support Twitter, YouTube, the live streams. It's been amazing. Seriously, thank you guys so much for all the support. Two, if you're new to the channel, we're doing a weekly giveaway. All you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. That's one entry into the giveaway. Max one comment though per video. It starts with my Monday night showdown video that I had up last week. It goes throughout this week and ends with my Monday night video at the end of the week. So however many videos up for the week, you can enter the giveaway that many times. So if I have 10 videos up for the week, you can enter it 10 times, and the winner receives $20 PayPal from myself. With that out of the way, let's jump into the video. So we'll start with quarterback here. And quarterback is normally a position I like to spend down in, but on this slate, I'm liking a lot of the more expensive quarterbacks. I'm not too confident in a lot of the cheap guys. So Deshaun Watson at the top at 7K, playing in the dome, right? We've seen the upside in him the last two games, 44 and 31 fantasy points. If you got the salary, he's a really solid play. Same thing with Lamar Jackson, right? It's just the floor is so high with his rushing ability. Both those guys seem really, really safe with upside. Kyler Murray, really like him. If you guys have been watching my NFL videos this season, you know I've been all over Kyler Murray. Now he has a really good matchup too against the Giants. There should be a lot of points scored in this one. Over-under sitting at 51 right now. Two bad defenses, right? I like Kyler Murray, and he's got the rushing upside too. So he's really solid. Same thing with Russell Wilson, right? Josh Allen's a guy I think is going to be pretty popular here at 6.5K and a great match against Miami at home. The concern is, can the Dolphins score enough to make Josh Allen throw the whole game? That's the only concern with him, in my opinion. Aaron Rodgers is okay, right? Missing a lot of his receivers. Matt Ryan, it just seems like every single game the Falcons are trailing big and Matt Ryan leads like a comeback, right? So it's always great game script for Matt Ryan. And the price tag right now I think is pretty fair in a game that sitting, I believe it's the highest over-under of the slate right now. Falcons, Rams is 54.5. Yeah, the next highest is Arizona, the Giants at 51. So, Matt Ryan seems really safe here. Again, they seem to always be playing from behind. So, 6.3K seems really fair. Same with Goff. I know he's probably going to go a lot lower owned. I think a lot of people will just go to Matt Ryan because Goff had a bad game. But, man, we want to stream players against Atlanta's defense. They are just terrible, right? Got lit up by Arizona, Tennessee. Like, everyone is just scoring huge points in Atlanta. So, I think Jared Goff is solid, and I think he goes a lot lower owned than he should. Daniel Jones, too, 6.1K, right? Really good matchup. He's got Saquon back now. He's got Evan Ingram back, so he's got his main weapons back. I think he's solid at 6.1. And then we get to the range where I'm not too excited about a whole lot of people. I mean, Jimmy G is in a good matchup, right? It's just whether or not Washington can score some points to keep it close. Kirk Cousins is okay on the road, right? No one I really feel great about here. Brissett, Phillip Rivers, Andy Dalton, Minshew, Bridgewater, Stafford, like they're all okay. If you really feel strongly about them, you can go there, but no one I feel super great about. Carr 5K, I guess, right? Is no one I feel confident enough to recommend. Trubisky is currently listed as questionable. If he goes, I guess he's okay against the Saints. For me, it's really kind of spending up on quarterback. I like a lot of the guys, 6.1K and up here. So let's move on to running back. Running back, right? Saquon at the top. Great matchup. Coming back from injury. The only concern is he's coming back from injury, right? It's just such a good matchup. There should be a lot of points scored in this one. He's super involved in the passing game when he's out there. He's basically going to play the whole game. So if he stays healthy. So the upside's huge on Saquon. I think he goes a little bit lower owned because he's coming back from injury. A lot of people are going to be worried about it, including myself. Like, I'm a little worried, but I'm probably going to play Saquon because the upside is just huge on him. Dalvin Cook's solid at 8K. They've been following him a lot in the passing game. They're just utilizing him so much, like 20-plus touches a game. So I think he's definitely okay here at 8K. David Johnson is currently listed as questionable. It's looking like it's going to be a game-time decision. If he misses, then Chase Edmonds would be one of the better value plays in the slate, probably the best value play in the slate. So this is a situation you have to monitor. If David Johnson plays, I would be a little worried, right? Because he's basically a true game-time decision. So don't know if I would go with David Johnson even if it plays, just because the injury does worry me a bit. Aaron Jones, but it's really kind of like a timeshare now. Jamal Williams, and I think I'd probably prefer other backs like Leonard Fournette here. It's just getting so many touches, right? Jacksonville just always wants to work the running game. He's involved in the passing game too. He's basically game flow independent, right? He's going to be out there the whole time. So Cincinnati's rushing defense, one of the worst in the league. So I think Fournette, the price is not coming up in him enough. He's a guy I've been all over here the last few weeks, and I still like the price tag in him. Mark Ingram's a pass for me. Chris Carson is 6.5K, another guy that I just love to utilize here. 22, 27, 24 carries. They're giving him a little work in the passing game too, so he's definitely another running back in the mid-range you got to consider. And then Todd Gurley here at 6.4K. So he's coming off that quadricep injury, but it looks like he's good to go. No injury designation. And the matchup against Atlanta. Yeah, this is a really good matchup. Malcolm Brown, too, was listed as doubtful. So maybe Todd Gurley gets a little extra work here, too. And it's just such a good matchup. I love the price tag here on Gurley. He's not a guy I've been super high on this season, but I really like the spot for him today. Eckler and Melvin Gordon, right? They're okay. It just I prefer these other backs who are getting basically most of the work, right? With like Carson, Fournette, Gurley will probably get like 75% of the work. Eckler and Melvin Gordon probably gonna be like a timeshare. So I don't know if I want to go there in this slate. I think there's better options. Derrick Henry is just too game flow dependent for me. Tevin Coleman's a guy, in a good matchup, but they still got Matt Breida. Most starts listed as questionable. They could use Jeff Wilson too. San Francisco seems to always like to use a three-headed monster. So I don't know if I would go there. I just don't feel great on like a main slate targeting a running back that's in like a three-headed monster. Devonta Freeman at 5.4K is pretty solid as well, right? He's getting involved a lot in the passing game. This is the highest over on the slate, so I think he's solid. Ito Smith's still around there, picking up like 30 to 40% of the snaps, but Devonta Freeman does have that PPR upside, and the price is pretty fair. Let's see, other backs. Latavius with no Alvin Kamara. Yeah, he's going to be the lead back. It's just the matchup is so bad. I think he's playable at 5.1K. He's definitely, I think, solid. It's just the Bears' defense is so good, and it's at the Bears too, so it worries me a bit with Latavius. I would have liked him if he was like under 4K. I think I would have targeted him then. Carry-on, I like the price tag in him. The matchup not necessarily the best, but he's getting utilized a lot. Josh Jacobs, he's game flow dependent, so if the Raiders fall behind early, then he'll probably bust. He just doesn't get involved in the pass game. They'll use him in the early down work, but if the Raiders get off to an early lead, Josh Jacobs could have a huge day. So this is a play where I don't think I can do it for cash, but for GPPs, he's definitely in play. Mixon's okay, right? Jamal Williams had a big game that last game, but still, it's going to be kind of like a 50-50 split with him and Aaron Jones. If I was going to pick between the two, though, I would lean towards Jamal Williams because of the price tag. And then again, Chase Edmonds, if David Johnson misses, I think it would probably be my favorite value play of the slate. He'd probably be the chalk, though, in my opinion. Other backs, AP had a pretty solid game that last time out, 23 carries for 118 yards, but Washington was playing from ahead the whole time. They should probably be playing from behind this one, and San Francisco, really solid defense. So I don't know if I want to go with AP there. And I think that's kind of it, right? I never get too excited about these really cheap backs. Wendell Smallwood will take over for that Chris Thompson role. He's in play for GPPs at 3.5K. But that's basically it. So let's move on to wide receiver. Wide receiver at the top, you got Julio, Michael Thomas, Hopkins. You never can go wrong with any of these guys. I think if I was going to pick between those three, I'd lean towards Julio and probably the best matchup of the three. But any of those three, if you want to go, they're not going to talk you off them. No Devontae Adams. Cooper Kupp at 7.4K in a great matchup. He kind of had an off game that last game, but it was just Jared Goff couldn't get anything going in the passing game. Now this is the get-right spot, right, against Atlanta in the Dome. Cooper Kupp has huge upside here at 7.4K. Thielen solid. Tyler Lockett okay. Keenan Allen okay. Will Fuller is a guy that is very boomer bust, right? I don't know if I go there for cash games at 6.2K. We saw the boom, right? 56.7 fantasy points, but he's also kind of busted. I guess 8 fantasy points isn't terrible, but not what you want. So he's very boomer bust. I don't know if I can target him. McLaurin at 6.1K. Yeah, he's the number one receiver, but it's a tough matchup. San Francisco's defense looked really solid. FITZGERALD always seems really cheap. Going to get like 8 to 10 targets a game. This one, there should be a lot of points scored. I think he's very safe with a little bit of upside if you can get in the end zone. Let's see. DJ Chark, solid. T.Y. Hilton, too. I like the price tag here at 5.9K. Playing in the Dome. This one is a pretty high over-under as well. The upside's pretty high on T.Y., so I like that price tag on him. The other Rams receivers with Woods and Cooks, they're a little too cheap, right? It's just such a good matchup, 5.9K and 5.4K. Golden Tate, don't mind him. We got a very high over-under game. Kenny Galladay's okay. Let's see, what else do we got? So the other Green Bay receivers, MVS and Geronimo, both listed as questionable. Geronimo was doubtful, now questionable. MVS is still questionable. It's kind of leaning like those guys will not be available, but we'll see. I'll talk about the other Green Bay receivers here in a sec. Tyrell Williams is out, so we got some value plays in Oakland as well. DK Metcalf, a little boomer bust, but 4.8K I think is fair for him. Let's see, other guys. Sanu is never a guy you're going to get super excited about, but the price is okay at 4.6. These other Giants receivers don't mind Slayton there, 4.1. Okay, so let me talk about the Oakland and Green Bay guys, right? So big injuries on both sides here. No DeVonta, no Tyrell Williams, possibly no MVS, possibly no Geronimo. So let's talk if all those guys are out. If all those guys are out, we'll go Green Bay first. It'll be Kumaro, Shepard, and Lazard that will line up in 3 wide receiver sets. I think my preferred targets would be Kumaro and Lazard, just because Shepard had that really bad game, right? Went off his face mask and got picked. So I think I'd have the most confidence targeting Kumaro and Lazard for Green Bay, and those guys would be really solid value plays if both Geronimo and MVS miss. And then the Oakland side of the ball, no Tyrell Williams. They said they're going to use Hunter Renfrow, Trevor Davis, and Keelan Doss in 3 wide receiver sets. Hunter Renfrow, Trevor Davis, Keelan Doss. So all 3 of these guys are 100% in play as well. Tyrell Williams missing, that's a lot of usage to go around. So all those 3 are definitely viable too. I think this is kind of where you get your value plays for wide receivers. If you want to play value wide receivers, is in that Green Bay-Oakland game. Other guys, let's see. Look to Bird, I guess, if Kirk misses. Keyshawn Johnson, again, you could look there if Christian Kirk misses. Kiki Cutie, I don't think I can go back there, though, if Kenny Stills back. I think that's kind of it. I think the value plays really for me for wide receiver. I get them in the Oakland-Green Bay game. So let's move on to tight end. Tight end, a few guys I really like at the top. Kittle's really solid. Ingram, love this play, right? It's just, you want to stream tight ends against Arizona. They've crushed it this year against the Cardinals defense. The only concern is, he's coming back from injury, but the upside's huge on this guy in a great matchup. Yeah, I do like Evan Ingram. Same thing with Austin Hooper, right? The price is not coming up enough on him. The Falcons seem to always be trailing, right? It's just like they're always playing from behind, which is great for the Matt Ryan and the pass catchers. So, yeah, at 5.3K, you have to consider him. He's probably one of the better tight end options. Darren Waller, too, at 4.7K with no Tyrell Williams. Really like the upside on him. I don't think the price is coming up on him enough. So, yeah, for me, really the top targets right now, Evan Ingram, Hooper, and Darren Waller all seem really solid. Jimmy Graham, 2 of those other, with possibly MVS and Geronimo missing. He should get a little extra work. Hunter Henry, I think, is a guy that's going to be really chalky at 4K. He had that big game last time out, 8 catches for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. I definitely think he's solid. I just think I probably prefer a couple other tight ends. I think I prefer Darren Waller. I think I prefer Hooper. I think I prefer Ingram to Hunter Henry. But I think Hunter Henry's going to be really chalky, so cash games, if you want to eat the chalk, definitely don't mind it. Let's see. Other options. Gerald Everett in a great matchup, but again, I kind of hinted at an off week for him last week. He had that one really good week, and then that was kind of it. So don't know if I would feel great about it. They do have Higbee too as a tight end. Luke Wilson, with no Disley will probably take over as number 1 pass catching tight end at 3K. He's in play. But I think that's basically it for tight ends. So let's move on to defense. So defense for me, the Bills are solid up top, right? Packers okay at home against Oakland. But I really like the Bears going up against Teddy Bridgewater at home. No Kamara, no Drew Brees. I think they're probably going to be the chalkiest defense, but yeah, I think they're probably my favorite as of right now. Other options, don't hate the Lions defense at home at 2.3. Bengals at 2.1. I guess it's not terrible. But yeah, I think for me, where I'm leaning right now is the Bears defense. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, would really appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe. Again, if you want to get into the giveaway, all you have to do is leave a like and a comment. It's one entry in the giveaway. I'll be live streaming probably 45 minutes to an hour before lock tomorrow. If you guys are interested, I'll be live streaming on my YouTube channel. So would appreciate you guys come check out the live stream. And yeah, that's it. I will have another video up for the Sunday night showdown video probably later today. So be on the lookout for that. So I will see you guys then.